Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Clare Acoose. I am the daughter of the late Barbara and Ernie Acoose. My parents served as counselors for Zagame at different times during their lives, and I'm also seeking that position tonight and want to share with you a little bit about my background and my beliefs and what I value. So most recently, I am a graduate from the University of Regina. I received a Bachelor of Health Studies, and I'm 57 years old. So if this cookum can do it, I encourage all other cookums to further their education. It's a wonderful and great learning opportunity. What is a health studies degree? I learned a lot of what the social determinants of health are. Now, what are those? Those are factors that have a direct bearing on your lives, whether you like to believe it or not. So, for example, you have your education, income. Those kind of go hand in hand. So it's been researched and studied. The higher level of education that a person has, whether that's in university or in trades, will be reflective of that person's level of income. Now, why is that important to know that? That has a lot to do with the food that you can buy. That has a lot to do where can you live, affordable housing, child development, and how you can care for yourself as an individual, and how you can care for your family. The lower your income bracket is really going to determine where you can afford to live, how you can raise your children, what food you can give them. With all the lands that Zagame possesses, no family or child from our nation should ever go hungry. But I see a lot of the Muniao farmers, they benefit. They vacation in Mexico every winter from our lands. Why aren't we doing that? Why are we going hungry? Why am I seeing my people walk by my house sometimes and they're in addictions? So that's a determinant of health. Another one is employment stability. It's very important that families are afforded that opportunity to work for their families, to support their families. I'm a typical Zagame member. All I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to be able to see my children be fed and be sheltered moderately. And I feel that with all the business entities that Zagame has, we should see all our members working in some capacity, because we have entry-level employment, middle management, and right up to CEO executives. We should be looking and giving that priority to our members to occupy these positions. I'd like to say thanks for all the hard work that previous chief and councils have done for Zagame, but I have to question them, and I have to put on my critical thinking and state, well, how many houses has Zagame chief and council provided for Regina urban members? I'll take a guess. I think we got 0 houses, and we should change that. We don't need land to build houses. We have the money. Every time I do my research in market housing, every time I see a 8-plex or 4-plex going up for sale, I'm thinking, geez, Zagame should be buying those for our members, for our elders. We should be looking after one another. So housing is another social determinant of health. We need that sets the foundation for a healthy family. We need safe housing, affordable housing for our membership. So my university studies had a lot to do with me learning how to develop policies to make individuals, families, and communities healthy. I also learned a lot of strategic plan, and I learned how to research data, prepare reports, and for me, this is fun. This is what I like to do. My emphasis of my university studies had to do and focus on Indigenous health and well-being. I don't get that designation of that concentration because I had finished all my core classes prior to me making an application. But when I say that a policy development, for example, right now, this election act and regulations that we just passed, it's actually, it hurts a lot of our people. If you notice, an employee from ZACME who wants to run in this election, well, they have to take 6 weeks off without pay. Now, I know some of the people, it's hurting our people. So when we say we're up here and we want to do things better and based on Anishinaabe ways, to me, that's not Anishinaabe ways to hurt our relatives, our kinship. You know, we say we want to do better and represent them and be fair and equitable. These documents that just got passed by us, they're hurting our people. And I'll point that out to you because I've encouraged a young lady here to continue, and she's going to be struggling. She's going to be struggling the next few weeks without a paycheck. She still has to make truck payments, $1,000, hey? She still has to provide for her child. So what we're doing right now is I would like to amend some of these policies that we have back home so we don't hurt our people. That's not the Anishinaabe way. We're supposed to be looking after one another. We shouldn't, I know my son is watching tonight, and I'm going to say something, and my grandsons are watching. We shouldn't berate the men from ZACME. We shouldn't belittle the men from ZACME. My Anishinaabe teachings have taught me that men are sacred. There's no gender in our culture that is better than the other. The women are not more superior than the men, okay? The two-spirited are not any superior than the men. My teachings are that we are all equal and that we should be respecting each other in that way. So men are sacred too. And I'm saying that specifically for my son, who I know who's watching tonight. Because we see things on Facebook and they're hurtful. And I have to remind him that he is sacred too. So there's no place for that inequality. We are all equal, the men, the women, the elders should be respected just as much as the children, the youth. So what I'd like to say is that I'm wanting to learn more. I don't profess to be a know-it-all, but I'd like to continue my learning. A university degree doesn't make me any smarter than my cookum or my elders. I'm still learning, and I'm looking to my people to learn more and to empower my people, and I'm willing to be that voice, and I'll bring it to people's attention too. So I'm not scared to speak up. So with that, I would like to ask humbly and respectfully for your support for a councillor position. I'm willing to do the hard work. I'm committed, and thank you, Miigwech.